All right, boys. I've got to talk about this, even though I don't have the knife in my hand, okay? Because I've been getting questions from people. I just want to address a lot of things. Good Lord, I didn't think I was going to like blow up half the freaking planet by just putting a knife out there. Of course, I won't. I mean, most people are going to ignore this because it's a TwoSun knife and they don't exist to, 80% of the knife world. And then there's a bunch of people that are knife freaks for TwoSun knives. Okay, so I always wanted to design a knife. I talked to Joe Chin at We Knives and different people like Artisan and Best Tech and stuff. And they said, yeah, they'd be open to, Canisip, Kaiser, whatever. They'd be open to if I came up with a design. But I asked Yang, who's the owner of TwoSun Knives, if I did one, would he do it? And he said, yeah. And I like TwoSun Knives, okay? And he seemed very open and encouraging. So I came up with a basic design. This was in November of 2020. And so I just pen drew the design, okay? And then I wanted a button lock, okay? I'm getting a little, weary of frame locks. So I sent it, I emailed it. I mean, it's back and forth to Max, and Max lives in Ukraine. Okay, so I couldn't drive over to his house for some reason. So back and forth, okay, back and forth in our Instagram DMs. Well, I've got his email address too, but mostly we did on DMs. So he kind of put it more on a computer screen because he's a graphic designer and shot it back to me. And we went back and forth and back and forth, okay. I mean, I think if he lived closer to me, he would have come over to my house and kicked my ass several times. Because, I was just like, no, I don't want it like that. I want it like this. And I would take his drawing and then I'd modify it and I'd do. So, okay, long story short, here we come. We finally ended up with a design that we submitted probably January of 2021. So, here it is 9 months later. This is September, and there's a knife. So I'm happy. I was very impatient. I was losing my mind. I didn't know what the hell they were doing and why they didn't get out quicker, this and that. They fought me on the size. This is 236 millimeters, which is 9.3 inches, last I checked online. And so it's a big knife, okay? Let me page while I talk, because I don't have a damn knife in my hand, okay? And one person on the Instagram, I want to clarify some things. Number one, I don't own TwoSun knives, okay? Most of you probably realize that, but some of you still think that I'm getting 100% of the money from these knives being sold. I'm not. A designer gets some royalty fees. I don't even know what that is. I don't even have a signed contract with them. I don't know anything. I wished I would have had one of these in my hands before they started posting them on eBay. They never even emailed me and said they were posting them on eBay. I was alerted by a person that saw the listing, okay? And said, oh, I see that you've been involved in designing a knife. Whatever. Okay. Titanium pocket clip, titanium frame, carbon fiber insert. Max had thought micarta would have been nice. I'm okay with carbon fiber. I don't think I even got consulted when they flipped it to carbon fiber, but I think I'm good with that. Stonewash blade, it's got a fuller here. You can finger flick it using that fuller from the backside. Obviously, there's no big bulge on this side from where the spring sets in the knife. And next page of the court evidence here. Okay, LTK, that's supposed to be for Luvthemknives. I don't know, maybe that's a little abstract. And there's Max, and it's a TS329. It's 14C28N. Now, okay, let me tell you all a story about a man named Jed. When we submitted this design, I submitted it to be a knife that would be general production. Okay, so they'd start off, many times they start off making them in 14C28N. Later, they make one in S90V or S110 or M390. Okay, that's been traditional kind of way they've gone, okay? In this case, They told me they were uncomfortable with the size. They wanted to make it smaller, and I threw a freaking major catastrophic fit saying, no, I want this one to be a dog. Dog, man, I want it to be a big freaking dog. And so they were very unsure about that whole thing. And so he said, the owner said, I'm going to make 50. 50. 50 knives, okay? And I'm going, all right, okay. I'm good with that as long as I get my size. And actually, this size is actually somewhat smaller than what we submitted on the CAD drawings. Okay, let's just go from there. Which this is fine. Okay, but I figured that what TwoSun does is sometimes they'll make the same knife in a smaller size. Sometimes they'll end up making a G10 version, a micarta version, and various steels. So I thought, just for starters, that'd be okay. And then later, I mean, this was fairly late in the process, unfortunately, I thought maybe he could just OEM the knife. It wouldn't be a TwoSun and it'd be mine. And I'd just pay him for the knives. There's 50 knives, right? I figured if I get my wife in the right mood, she might let me take enough money to finance 50 knives, okay? And then I'd have control of them. It'd be under my brand, me and Max, and we'd do this together. That did not happen. They did not want to do that. So first of all, they don't want it this big, but second of all, they don't want me to have control of OEMing it, which may happen in the future. But right now, okay, I give up. I mean, that's fine. We've gone down so many months with this potentially being a TwoSun knife, but then when he made it to a limit that tight, then I thought, well, if you really don't have that much confidence, then, you know, hey, I'm willing to buy you out and just make it my brand. Okay, multi-reel ceramic bearings, by the way, and there's the back side of the spring, you know, button coming through from the other side, and the little pocket where it goes in, and blah, 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 okay? So it looks solid. It looks like they're number 8 body screws, and, by the way, not a lot of them, right? Okay, so I like that. I wish I could get one. Whoever's going to buy one on eBay, could you send me one so I could review my own knife? Okay. Deep carry pocket clip, but no left-hand carry, and that's something that Max and I are talking about going forward with another version that will have right and left hand. I'm already dreaming about a G10 model with a button. He's suggesting maybe we ought to have a variant version with axis lock. I'm saying I think we still could make a version with flipper tab. Our original design was with a flipper tab. They said we have to lose that if we're going to do the button lock. Max and I both need a knife in our hands to know that that's really truly not possible. I think it still is possible. So the Swags knife, if you guys know what I'm talking about, small knife, but it has a flipper tab and a button lock, and I think you could do that. Okay, next. Insanity, right? So I'm just saying, first of all, I'm not the owner of TwoSun Knives. Second of all, I'm not posting them on eBay. TwoSun did, and they didn't even let me know they were doing it, okay? And I didn't have a knife in my hands, and I was hoping I'd have one in my hands before they did it. But it's their deal. They can do what they want. That's fine. But I don't get the money, okay? I get royalties just like Max, okay? So that's it. But at least I get my name on a knife. It was a dream, and so I'm happy. I like the design. I think I'm going to really like the knife when I get it in my hands, but I will give it as honest a review as I can, even though this guy is a brilliant, brilliant designer. Whatever shit. Okay, so, well, it looks like it's centered. And, you know, and we came up with it. The Vandal. And we went back and forth on names. But Vandal, really good. And that was Max. I chose a bunch of other names. But this one really is really way cool. It's something you could pronounce. And it's actually on here, and they actually have the model number inside the scale, so you actually know what the hell the model is. So I'm good with that. Okay, so this was the original size. Okay, can you imagine 251 millimeters as opposed to 236? So, and you know what? The actual knife, and let's take a look at that, because see the choil on this? This was another thing that I insisted on, as opposed to, you see how this initial was? And I go, nah, I don't want to do that. Okay, I don't want to do that. See, this was partial, you know, kind of our first thing here. And then I go, no. They did this. And I'm going, no. So there was a lot of things I jumped all over their ass about, and I wanted to change. A lot of things, believe me. Now, Max came up with this milling here, which is brilliant. It never even occurred to me. But yes, for grip and all that kind of stuff. But this is going to be a big knife. This ain't a gent carry, whatever. And this is 14C. Okay, my buddy Gabe on Instagram goes by Mr. Roboto. I mean, he's like, dude, I love the knife, but I don't see paying over 150 bucks for Sandvik. And I go, shit. I was joking with Linus the other day on FaceTime. He's in Sweden, and I talk to him all the time. And I said, I'm gonna, you know what? This is now on eBay. I'm gonna bid 300 bucks, and I'm gonna get the first one that gets sold. And he goes, you bid 300, you gonna get it. Don't worry about that. And I go, yeah, that's a lot of money for a Sandvik, because I wanted, since this was gonna be only 50 units, I wanted it M390 and I wanted it numbered. Okay, and then Max and I were gonna make a special card to put in there. And I would write the number in and sign it as well. He'd sign, I'd sign, blah, 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 right? So all, you know, best of intentions, right? So they got his name correct, but did you know my channel is not Luvthemknives, it's Love the Knives. Love the Knives. We're gonna love them. So what is this, like 6.2 ounces? I think I went on, you know, Google, like 179 grams equals what in ounces, that kind of thing. So 96 millimeter blade length. I will almost 100% guarantee you it's not that short. It's got to be over 100 millimeters. I will guess, if I had to guess off the top of my head, it's got to be like 103 millimeter length blade, okay? Because it's 9.3 inches overall length. That's not a 3.7 inch blade. Okay. Another thing, a guy on my Instagram said, hey, you know, I really don't appreciate that you have posted them on eBay on a bidding format just to drive up the price. And I responded going, excuse me? I don't even have a knife. I'm not the owner of TwoSun Knives. I'm not the one posting them on eBay, okay? Nothing. And I don't get the money. I mean, you know, like 0.1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? I mean, I'm flattered. I'm flattered that people would bid that much money on them. And let me take you to the next. So, no, I don't own TwoSun Knives. No, I don't get the money. No, I don't post them on eBay, okay? But you know TwoSun Knives, they post them on eBay. That's what they do. That's been the format they've been doing for the last 5 years. Hello, wake up, you know, chariots are in the arena, okay? That's what they do. And then they do that until the heat comes off of the brand new model, because there's a lot of people willing to pay pretty good money to get their hands on the newest models as they come out. I understand their marketing tactics, okay? Also, you know, this could be a news flash as well, but I keep saying this on every review I do. White Mountain Knives, USA retailer. They sell TwoSun Knives, okay? Now, they ain't gonna have the hot new models right off the press, but at some point in time, you know, 45 to 60 days later, they may. And also, what's his name? Tangli, Tangli, as the seller on Amazon. okay? He has TwoSun Knives. Stated price, retail, not a bid, okay? Also, on AliExpress, I keep giving everybody the link that everyone I do, every review I do, I go, they have TwoSun Knives, okay? TWSUN, not TWO. TWSUN is their seller store, and they sell them at a stated price. So eBay is one place where they're bidding, okay? But then they have White Mountain, Amazon, and their own store at least. And there's other sellers on AliExpress that sell their models as well. But there's at least 3 outlets where it's just a stated fixed price, okay? And maybe it's more than you wanted to pay, but I think it's what they think is a fair price given the materials, workmanship, etc., okay? So I'm going to give you this right now, and I mean, this is a flash time, but are you shaking your head? I'm shaking mine. Really? $600. 435, 420. There's only 3 up right now. And this is it. This is, wow. I mean, I'm flattered. But I was thinking I was going to bid 300 and own one. And there goes those hopes and dreams. But no, I'm supposed to get some knives, okay? I'm supposed to get a few knives from TwoSun. That way I've got one on hand and I don't know what else. But I told him I'd buy all 50 and he said, nah. So hopefully we will have a future production. But the thing is, it may not be this size, okay? It may not be this particular configuration either. There may be a flipper tab. It may be an axis lock. It may be a G10 model. So this is this run of 50 as they stand. What Yang, the owner of TwoSun Knives, decides to do going forward, I don't know. I don't know. It's very cryptic, my messages back and forth to him. And then I try and message Night Morning, who seems to be kind of a right-hand guy, and he's like, nah, you need to talk to Yang about that. So, oh well. And then I vent on Max. Max is like, come on, I've done this before with them. This is how they do it, okay? And I guess I should be one of these, like a normal rookie designer, which is I should be just thrilled as hell that my design even got put into material form. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to having this in my hands, okay? I want to know, people are asking me, well, what's the button lock action like? What's this? What's that? I don't know. I have no idea. No freaking idea, okay? So that's just to bring you up to speed. I don't know. I'll probably be X'd, I'll probably blacklisted by TwoSun because I'm bitching and moaning like a little you what. But you know what? I think I could have put that process together a little bit better in my own terms, which is I want a prototype in my hand before this goes to full production. And second of all, I want a finished production knife in my hand before it goes on eBay. But here's the thing, 50 knives. Second of all, they were really unsure about a knife this size. Okay, this has got to be the biggest TwoSun knife that's been made. Okay, so a lot of different things. I'm an untried designer, just all kinds of issues, I'm sure, in their mind. So that it came to fruition, I should go down to my local sanctuary and get on my knees and thank God that at least something happened, because it was a dream for me to do. On the other hand, now I'm being a snooty little wench because I'm like, I wanted things, I still want to make alterations. And I still want to do some other variants of this design because I like this design overall. I hope I'm going to like it. It looks like the ergos ought to be good. It'll fit a big old damn hand. And you know what? And we can make one with a 3-inch blade somewhere down the road with a button lock, maybe even adding a flipper tab. So we could be as swag as swags. I don't know. Everybody has their own size, that they like. They want something in micarta, they want something solid carbon fiber, they want, and those are all possibilities and those things we can do going down the road because look at what so many other knife manufacturers do. I mean, they make a bigger model, they make a smaller model, they make it in different steels, they make it in different handle materials, and you know, they exploit the design. And I get that because there's a lot of different tastes out there. So you got to kind of maybe see what you can do to cater to different tastes in the market. And then you're not beating yourself up doing a brand new design every freaking 60 days, you know? So if it's popular, it's worth, you know, taking down the road a while and then going on. So I'll update you later. I just spent 20 minutes ragging out, didn't I? Shit. But I just wanted to address a lot of these things because, I mean, probably people thinking I'm ordering my new Cadillac Escalade. Shit, I don't even know if I'm going to get paid, dude. I know I will. I know I will, or I'll swim over to China and you know what? But I'll get, you know, but what it is, what you get for royalties, who knows? Who knows? But you know, the big deal was I just wanted to get one done. Just to do it, just to fulfill that kind of that wish, because I handle so many damn knives. And so I had this thing in my head of if I did a knife, this is kind of how I'd like the blade, and this is how I'd like this and this and this. I wonder if I could ever really do that. And so that's it. Okay, so I'll shut the hell up. And you guys have a wonderful day and make all the comments you want. And if you have a question, don't put it in the comment section if you want me to answer it. Email me, Luvthemknives, not love the knives, Luvthemknives@gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions that way, or you can DM me through Instagram. I do return those. Facebook messages, not so much. I don't check those messages very often. And comments in the comment section, I don't know if they're rhetorical or whatever, so I never know what to answer and how and, you know, whatever. So, peace, brothers. You know what? I've got a knife here I'd sell you for $800. Jeez, criminy. Okay. Later, boys. And you know what we do? Get out of here. We love them knives. You guys, stay sharp.